Hey everybody and welcome to the May 10th edition of Kraken News. Now RJ, it's official. The ice slab is down, or at least it's starting to be down at Climate Pledge Arena. I think this is like by far and away the biggest news we could have hoped for in the last couple weeks because as we all know, ice slabs, ice slabs, ice slabs, right?
Yes, anytime you get the chance to put an ice slab as the lead, you take that opportunity.
They make for the
Yes,
best thumbnails.
of course. Yes, another exciting milestone in the construction of the arena. The ice slab at Climate Pledge Arena has now been poured. It is complete. The team and the arena, they posted some photos to their social media on Friday of the work being done, and it looks great. It is an ice slab. It's in the shape of an ice rink. Ice is going on top of that thing, and it looks great. So I decided to walk over the day they were doing it. I want to see if I could kind of catch a glimpse of that being done. I was told that it had already been finished. They started at like midnight and just kind of worked all through the early hours of the morning, going from one end to the other, and that it was kind of dried by the time I got there. So that was cool. And I also was told that they're moving along in the process of getting more seats put in, and you can kind of see it from outside. So that was really cool to see. I walk by there all the time, and it really is starting to look more real just every single day. So it's a cool development.
Yeah, and it's important because it, as you can see in all the pictures, it makes it start to feel like the arena, right? I mean, you have the layout of the ice there. That's what always is missing, right? All right, so that out of the way, of course, we have some, maybe more serious Kraken news to get into. Why don't you tell us what's up first, RJ?
Right. We have some more updates on the expansion draft event from Jeff Baker of the Seattle Times. He reported that the expansion draft ceremony will be held at a main outdoor hub stage at a yet-to-be-disclosed location within the city. He says the hope is to have surrounding temporary seating areas built for fans. And in addition to the main stage, there'll be a secondary stage elsewhere and about 5 to 10 remote satellite feed locations with stages of varying sizes to be kind of fan watching points near landmarks like Pike Place Market or the Space Needle, and even some in other places in the Kraken's TV territory all across the Pacific Northwest. So the main stage location has been selected, but it hasn't been announced yet because the team is still finalizing permits and such with the city. But we do know it won't be Seattle Center kind of by the arena, which is kind of the place that we had thought would make the most sense. So
Yeah.
Dylan, what do you think of the more spread out format?
Yeah, no, I know. It kills me that it's not there. Like that to me just seemed like the most obvious spot to put it. It's right there in the, it's the center of everything, right? It's in the name, for crying out loud. It's Seattle. I think it's a beautiful spot. They said that they didn't like basically the TV tests that they did for it. So regardless of fan experience, they're putting television first, which I don't think is the thing you want to be doing as you're, coming into a new market, but whatever. I like the fact that they're going to have like the different satellite sites and they're going to have a secondary stage somewhere. And as you said, that's something we talked about in our video. I'll link that down below about how they can kind of spread out the experience through Seattle so that you get the most fan engagement, but you also get to show off the city to everyone, right? It's a new market in at least today's NHL. And I think that's important for everyone across the country and across Canada to see. But I don't know that I would be able to get over the fact that they're not going to be having the main stage right there at Seattle Center. It just, to me, seems like such the obvious place to do it.
Right. And I'll be interested to see where they felt might be a better choice.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else do we got, RJ?
All right. On Tuesday, the Kraken and Climate Pledge Arena launched the One Roof Foundation, which will be the philanthropic arm of the team, the arena, and the Northgate training facility. As anyone following the Kraken knows, they've already engaged in numerous philanthropic efforts in the city and the Pacific Northwest as a whole, as far away as Alaska. But the One Roof Foundation will provide a unified organization to better serve and connect with the community. The foundation has identified 3 pillars they intend to use as guideposts to kind of focus their efforts. Ending youth homelessness, youth access to hockey, and environmental justice. So what do you think of these three pillars and kind of where they've decided to focus their efforts on?
Yeah, I mean, these seem like really good places to start, right? Homelessness has become a big issue all across the country, especially in major cities like Seattle, especially youth homelessness. That's a really big problem that we're all struggling with right now. So I think anything that they can do to help support that, anything we can do to help support that is a good thing. Youth hockey engagement is, the number one way to grow the sport. And, as we all know, one of the problems with youth engagement with hockey is the costs associated with it. Hockey is the most expensive sport to play at the youth level, or the adult level for that matter. And I think anything that they can do to help lower costs, donate equipment, get more kids playing, because that's really, how people fall in love with the sport. Yes, going to a game is a fantastic way to develop a passion for the sport, but if you want lifelong fans that are going to really be devoted to your team, it's always a great way to get kids involved in actually playing it, right? They learn the rules, they learn the experience, it gives you that extra kind of level of appreciation for it all. And then finally, I mean, it's the Climate Pledge Arena. Of course they're going to do something for the environment, right?
Right. Absolutely. I think it's kind of consistent, it's fitting, it's on message with what the Kraken and the arena, have been doing thus far. And if you want to support the foundation immediately and make your car look cooler, you can purchase a specialty Kraken license plate. You need a valid Washington State registration, and 75% of the proceeds go directly to the One Roof Foundation.
Awesome. So we'll definitely link that below as well. All right, and RJ, we would be remiss if we didn't correct an egregious error we made last week when we forgot to bring something up.
Absolutely. Final bit of news, and we missed it last week, but we have to show this. Dick's Drive-In has a pre-sale on these awesome Kraken-themed home and away jerseys on their online store, and just look at that. Like, who wouldn't want one of those, Dylan?
Yeah, no, I for sure want one. I love the actual Kraken sweaters and how they look, but one of the things that I felt was kind of missing about them is with the logo, it's a little, like, I don't want to say, I guess, bland. I'll go ahead and use that word. It's a little bland, where this has a lot more going on, right? You have the big Dick's wording across the top, but then you also get, the drive-in sign and everything as the Kraken's pulling it down. And I just think it's a little busier, and I think that that's, sometimes okay to have on a jersey. I think it really helps out, especially for something like this, where it's more of a fan engagement type situation.
Right. It's fun. And that's what I like about it. And, little side note, we all know jersey ads are coming. NHL executives have hinted at that. I don't want it to happen. I don't think anyone really wants it to happen. But if that is the future, just make these the jerseys. And the Kraken will have some of the best in the league.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, everyone. So thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Kraken News. As always, like this video, leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.